Hi there, guys. This is Talk Sport and Movies, formerly known as Mr. DJ's Edge. Today, I'm going to be covering a topic which recently happened with UFC. We're talking about Tom Aspinall, the UK Brit, or should I say, yeah, the English Brit, the English guy from UK who just won the heavyweight, the heavyweight title interim. Um, what is next for him? Now, personally, it's got to be someone like John Jones. Personally, I think he should get John Jones. I know it was meant to be Stipe versus John, and that fell through. But let's be real. I think it's just a bit of an awkward situation. Where are we going to be going with this with Tom? And I think the way that I see it is get him in the cage with John Jones, because do I think Stipe is going to beat John? No, I don't. And I feel like Tom could be the guy to put a proper loss, not the Matt Hamill loss, the DQ loss, that he really shouldn't have on his record. I mean, a proper legitimate loss, where he's getting knocked out clean in the octagon. Um, but that is just my thoughts on this. I mean, because when you're looking at it, Stipe's past his prime, depending on the way you look at it. We haven't seen too much of John in the cage since he's been back, so it'll be a good test for him. And we already know that John Jones is only going to fight when he wants to fight, sort of thing. And the money-making fight is Stipe, obviously. But I think, to be fair, I've seen a lot of people say on social media anyway that they want Tom versus John, and I think it's the right call. I don't think Dana's going to make it. From the recent press conference from the latest pay-per-view, where where Tom won that fight, he didn't seem too keen on making John Jones versus Tom Aspinall. But you know, uh, I know the UFC says they're all about the best matchmaking, um, including boxing, and Dana White's very specific on that, that he believes that the UFC does a far better job at matchmaking, especially with last minute replacements, which I do agree with. But when it comes to the matchmaking for the fans and what they want to see and what is actually good for the sport, I think they're going down the wrong route with this one for a change. Quite clearly, should be Tom. I believe it should be him, and that's my personal take on it. Other than that, they're just giving quick paydays. It's a bit of a Conor McGregor situation. Conor McGregor isn't the same fighter as what he used to be. I was a big avid Conor McGregor fan back in the day, but he's lost it, and that's the truth. You look at his recent performances against Dustin Poirier and stuff like that. It's quite clear. But when Conor McGregor comes back, and there is talks of him coming back, we definitely know that he's going to be at the top of a card. And really, why should he be at the top of the card? You look at these guys that are training um, day in, day out, to get to the top level of the sport. And all Conor McGregor is really is a hype man. And, yeah, he draws eyes to the product and gets a lot of casuals in, or people that might not have heard it because of his influence. But I suppose that's the same which goes for people like John Jones and Stipe, um, the big names. Whereas for the sport in general, though, that Dane is doing the wrong choice. I mean, from a business perspective, which, as he says, he's in the business game, um, and not the charity game, which is what he said recently in his press conferences in relation to the PFL buying Bellator and Bellator being up for sale. But it's just what needs to be done. I don't, at the end of the day, we want to see the sport evolve and do what's right for the sport. And if Tom Aspinall's going to be the guy to dethrone John Jones, then so be it, and it will be the the right way going forward for the sport. But from a business perspective, I know for well that someone like Dana White only cares about the profit side of things, and that they obviously want John Jones to be champion for as long as he can be, purely because of the generating revenue from the pay-per-view buys, ticket sales, and just that influence that he will have on the product, from being the guy who's holding the title. But that's my personal opinion. Just thought I'd put this video up. There's going to be a lot more videos in terms of this. I'm going to probably try and ban out a few today in relation to this and upcoming events, sporting events, uh, talking about this generic stuff as well. A lot of stuff's happened throughout the years, since I've been kind of part time on this platform, but I kind of want to get back up to scratch and start putting out some decent content. I know the landscape of YouTube has changed quite a bit relatively, in terms of the way that the algorithm works with on the platform. Long gone are the days with the bait clicking stuff, which I know I was notorious for, and I did get a lot of hate for. But they were good times, and I did used to be a partner back in the day. Maybe considered one of the OG partners on the platform, and now they've got this whole way of determining, whether you could be a partner or not. But yeah, I'm gonna delve into topics like that. Maybe what I do for a day job and what I do for a living, as a broad spectrum of topics to discuss, and I'm more than happy to discuss them on this channel. So yeah, um, stay tuned, and there will be some more content coming up. So until next time, cheers, guys. Take care. Bye.